Okay, so the second good news is we'll not talk about this as well. And the third, in another one of the organizations where I went in, I asked that, offline, very casual discussion, what is your day-to-day QA process? And trust me, it was much more complex than what NASA does today. And that was one of the Fortune 500 organizations. That is why I said, don't quote me out of those slides, which one of those are. But does it really work that way? So the important thing here which I wanted to highlight was, the days are gone by wherein we used to have fancy PPTs, which used to say that my execution model is A, B, C, D, wherein I would say that my engineers will work on tool A, tool B, tool C. Those days are not there anymore. We are into the era of agile. We are into the era of cloud. We are into the era of monetizing software, which is now companies don't decide where they will sell the softwares. It is consumers who decide from whom they'll buy the softwares. You understand the difference? This is a big shift in the software technology industry. And that is where our role of QA, automation, performance, web services, testing all together has got changed. Now when it has got changed, who actually takes the onus to take it forward in the organization or to the people around? It is the leadership team. Now, before coming to this conference, as any normal human would do, I also Googled, what is the new definition of test leadership? I thought that somebody would be pretty well read, and if I do not echo that statement, that person would get offended and say that, Saurav, you know what, you are bullshit, you talk crap, because in Google I saw that this is the definition of test leadership. And unfortunately or fortunately, I do not know, but I could not find any definition, which brings a bigger challenge to us as a leader, that how should I think, what are the tools or basics that I need to be handy with 24 hours of my operations in my test leadership position. So I want all of you to have a takeaway with a viewpoint that if you are taking a call from the topmost level, being the test leader of either a separate business unit or multiple business units, then this particular session will be useful for us. So that is the area from where I would be touching things upon. Very complex, very dense, cannot cover it in 45 minutes, but we will try to at least tickle the mind as in which direction should we think about in today's scenario in order to survive, strive, and succeed. Okay? So 3 most complex slides are over. And the important thing which I want to tell you is that out of all those complex slides, today when I meet the gentlemen who have actually made those slides, do you know what they share? They share that somewhere down the line they were thrown out of the company. They were one of the guys whose name used to reflect in the layoff sheet, and surprisingly 80% of them still could not understand why it happened with them. And trust me, I do not want it for me or any of my dear and near friends who actually work with me. So all in all, now what we need to understand is that, as I told you, the business shift has changed. The way engineering in test used to work has changed, and therefore leadership has to change. So question 1, I understand there are certain people who are running specific divisions. Do you agree that there is a shift in mindset of a test leadership today? Any one of you who can answer on that? And if I have to ask you in the intensity of percentage, has that shift been 5%, 10%, 20%, 50%? What is that? Mhm.
Demands from business. So there was a sort of a global initiative to bring in some of the new methodologies, processes. So apparently what that did, it kind of like transformed the entire perception, the way testing is being looked upon. So earlier it was like, okay, you have a tester, he's a second grade individual in the organization. Then later on, now while like, I see, you know, when we hire developers, we hire with the mindset that this person has to be as good as a tester. So a tester is already like 2 level above in terms of skill set and competence, which a developer like generally like brings. And like while we started implementing the agile, etc., we we made it clear that as a team, whatever you have to deliver at the end of a sprint or as part of the release, it's a cumulative onus on everybody, right? So whether it's a product owner or whether it's a risk manager or a scrum master or maybe a developer tester. I mean, we don't care who tests when. At the end of the day, if it doesn't go to the market, if it doesn't meet the expectation of an end customer, it's a failure basically. So then we will not pinpoint that, okay, person X is a tester, person Y is a developer. We all have to take the burn.
This is an excellent point. I don't know how many of you actually paid heed to this, but trust me, if it hasn't come to you, you are just there in the organization. Which in sum, what he wanted to say is that everybody is a software engineer today. And everyone will have to take the onus of what they actually own. So likewise, for test leadership, the worst part is that you have to lay out the path and you have to stand by it. And the second worst part is that you do not know how early the results will be there, right? So all in Agile, it's a very different ball game altogether. And with cloud coming in, the customer base depleting out, testing has become a very different activity, which we will think and talk about as how do we need to go ahead with that. So one, earlier during my, not so older days, I used to be engineer. When I say used to be engineer, core from my heart, I used to be engineer. Very logical, always statistical, and seeing things from engineering viewpoint. Those were the days when I met few of my friends as well, Srini and all the people around. Later, I got groomed. Several leaders, helped me think through different things. And then I did my MBA. And then I started looking at things with both the perspective, which surprisingly, what I see is that is very critical to look at, but it's very, very much missing in the organization, especially in engineering organization. And the second beauty is that it's drastically missing somewhere in product companies, wherein the philosophy is that have the people get groomed from below. There's very few positions at the top which are kind of inducted from outside in, right? So point one, I will not touch upon these areas in deep, but I would want you to understand that anything that we will discuss today about, anything that we will brainstorm about, as a person who is driving a test business for any of the organization, you have to have these mantras very clear. What is your objective? Be it 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, SMART objective and all you know, right? But what is your objective? Is your objective to quench your thirst of technicality, or is your objective to support business? Second, what is your strategy? Now, this is very interesting. This is very emotional thing. Maybe I'll not be able to invest more than 1 minute on this slide, but I'm just sharing certain experiences. Maybe mine, maybe few of very strong leaders whom I have met. Strategy, it's very emotional thing. I think this will work. Since I have seen several of the things work, I have been successful also. Therefore, I think the strategy which I am saying will work. Good. The confidence is really good. But strategy is not about an individual. Strategy is more about what organization strategy is for that quarter, for that year, or for a couple of years. And then you align your strategy around it, which generally I have seen that during such meetings is never talked about. And when some EVP or CTO comes and when we present things in front of that person smiles, walk out, brings the boss in, says that, how many idiots have you gotten into your organization, boss? They are doing something for last 6 months which does not gel in well with the strategy which we have laid out as an organization. This is one of the most critical things. And it does not mean that what you thought was wrong, but it simply is that the ship in which you are sailing is not going to that direction in which you want to go. So either be with the company or go to the other one wherein your thought syncs up. But this is not too difficult thing if we understand this part. Investment, most critical thing. I want a fantastic team, fantastic technology, fantastic infrastructure, but everybody knows the constraint around investment, right? How many of you work on test environments which are in clusters, arrays, and they are on VMs, and you also have the beauty of pulling out new VMs whenever some engineer asks from you? How many of you have that kind of great infrastructure? Do you think it is enough?
I mean, we work in medical devices, so where our customers are so diverse, we end up spending too much of time in creating, recreating different permutations and combinations, and apparently not every time we can afford expensive hardware which our friends from Dell and IBM supply.
No, I know Dell and IBM also. I asked this question from them also, and in short, what you are trying to say is that, no, we need more.
Yeah, we need more.
Right? So think about it. Where is the end? There is no end, right? Value, risk. Value means, which I said, 3 months, I want to get here, 6 months, I want to add this. And every good plan has certain risk associated to it, right? So unfortunately, fortunately, out of X sample of people whom I used to discuss and talk, only 1% of people said that out of these things, 3 to 4 things they keep in mind. So the bad news is that somewhere that community will get a hit when some intelligent guy is actually scanning them, and hence the statement comes, test is not too critical for me. I need people at dev side more or sales more. But the good news is, we just have a competition with 1%. So we still have more jobs for us, right? So this is something just as a basic I wanted to remind you as. What we will do now, as we discussed, we will go with a case study. There is no right answer for this. This is a practical case study of a Fortune 500 organization, leader in its space, had been there in the industry for last 30 years, and this is that situation which they have faced about 3 months back. Okay? So, situation is, just to let you know, there is a QA organization spread across India, China, US, to make it a little bit simpler for today. They follow Scrum practices. They do not follow, they believe in that. They are very strict towards that. Because of all the latest technology changes that have come in, there are certain disruptive things that have happened in the organization. One, they do not have the right team structure into place. Second, their test leader has resigned, so there is nobody at top to drive this. Third, yes, certain layoffs have happened, which pretty much has become common in today's industry now because of the technology shift. The person who used to be great in domain testing, suddenly with the Agile and Scrum, the murmuring has come up is that I do not want somebody who can just test manually, right? I want somebody who can code also, test also, document also, kind of Superman plus plus, right? So that is another crisis, and because of that there had been certain low employee morale. Of course there will be, right? Even if we smile, nobody can actually say that whether I'm happy or sad, right? It's within us. So because of all this, this has actually been the situation. So now, I want one person at the technology side. I want one person at the process side. I want one person at the people side. Who can be one of the volunteers to help me take this case forward? Technology. Who can represent technology? You are for people. Okay, global. India, US, China. Yeah, please, can you come on stage? Second, technology. There is no right and wrong answer. So, you are safe. Take a call. Technology, okay. How many times do you get a chance to be a speaker without getting an invite for a speaker, man? Come on, grab it. No, and the process. Process. Come on. Quick. Thomas will kill me. He'll say that, Saurav, you just have 45 minutes. Come. Okay, process. Okay, great. So, we have technology. What's your good name, sir? Krishna. And Sridhar for people. Sunita. So Krishna, Sridhar, Sunita. Sunita will represent the process side, Sridhar at people side, and Krishna at technology side. The important thing, what you guys need to do is, forget that, there has to be a top leader. Leaders are these people here. Okay? You guys actually have to sort this out. So you have this organization, you have been infested with what should be your technical strategy, it should be what should be your people strategy, what should be your process strategy, and you three are not three individuals. You actually are together. Okay? So now you have to echo out that what are the things you would want to see there and why. Right? The ground rules. In the interest of time, Thomas, I need your approval. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 5. How much is it? 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes. 30 from now. 25. Okay, 25 minutes. We have 25 minutes to solve this case. Okay? Now, just to help you guys, before you start thinking or any one of us starts thinking, they will start thinking. We will try to sort it out, what each of them are thinking. If anyone highly disagrees with what they say, they should just raise their hand. We'll do the arguments later, right? And anyone, you see they are raising their hands, you understand that there is a, some kind of a red shift, okay? So just to help three of you and the people in this room, this is KY model. This is not there in any book. This is based on, what I have observed. KY model means, this is a very interesting banking philosophy, know your customers, right? KYCs. So here, KYC, KYP. For all three of you, this is very critical. In order to be a good leader around, one important thing is that do we know our ecosystem? Ecosystem constitutes of many things. What those 5 or 6 critical things would be that I should keep in mind before I come up with any plan, any suggestion, any argument, any discussion. So 1, know your customer, know your product. Second, know your quality. Where we are today. What are we trying to improve, right? Know your competition. So A, I want to do testing as a best test team of the organization or the industry, right? Third, KYO. Okay, so this is more about know your organization, which is people, process, vendors. So, whether I need to have FTEs, contracts, interns, what kind of a mix do I want to have? And lastly, know your sustainability and ROIs, which means I design, develop with all other factors keeping into mind it collapses after 6 months, right? So, do I want that or something else? So, for all three of you, I have given a hint that now all your arguments will be revolving around this. So, let me ask you one thing. What should be your first thought or first question to me? in order to solve that case. Out of this, there is one hint